Hey guys, just hanging out here, waiting for a computer backup to go. Figured I'd record another video. Haven't done it in a while. Been kind of slacking. It is what it is. So, like I said last time or whatever, it's been almost a year since what's her face left. Started talking to some people. Finally, took about a year. It is what it is. My favorite phrase. It is what it is. I'm starting to notice that dating in 2025 absolutely sucks. It is the most horrible thing ever. I wish it was still the way it was when I started, 100 years ago, but dating is absolutely fucking horrible. It's an absolute fucking nightmare. Uh, so, like I said, started talking to this girl. Told my friends about her. My friends, of course, know me, so they ask me the normal questions. What's she like? Is she nice? Does she work? All that other fun stuff. And when I told them the truth this time, they're like, yeah, that's not going to last. We know you. And like I said, they know me. I wish that other people would actually take the time to get to know me rather than just assuming that I'm somebody that they think that I should be or whatever. For instance, I don't date girls that have jobs. I never have. It has never worked for me. I'm way too spontaneous for that. I absolutely despise that. That is not something that I am ever willing to do. And I get the arguments that I should not say that. I should not, whatever, because I've always taken care of whoever I was with, 100% my entire life. One of my best friends is actually an ex of mine, and unfortunately, she raised the bar a little bit because when I met her, she quit a government job making about $350,000 a year. That's 350 with three zeros, like 350,000. Like if you can't comprehend that number, take $100,000 a year job and multiply it 3.5 times. When I actually met her, she didn't tell me about this until later. She said, the day I met you, she said I had about 160,000 in my bank account. I'm like, whatever. Like it's just money. She told me, she said, I didn't want to tell you that because I didn't want you to like me for my money. And I'm like, I honestly couldn't give two shits less about money. Like, if you want 160,000, that's not the end of the world. But yeah, so she raised the bar a little bit by, quitting a job making more than most people's stores make in a year. And then, it's been like that my whole life. One of my exes, and I'm not going to use any other names because we're not on good terms or whatever. One of my other exes, we were together for like 6 years. She never worked a single day. I bought her house, bought her cars, whatever. I've bought lots and lots of cars in my life for all these idiots. And unfortunately, I've always gotten stuck with them. When they left, they just leave them with me. So anyway, so back to this last one. Like I said, the bar's way up there. And, as I'm getting older, 43 now, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I can't keep the bar up that high because nobody else in their right mind would do that. So I started lowering the bar a little bit, lowering it here, lowering it there. Like I said, fast forward to this girl that I just started talking to. We were sitting in her house one day and she was telling me that it was too hot in there. And I said, I'll give you an air conditioner. It's not the end of the world. That was a red flag when she told me, no, that was too much, too fast, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's only an air conditioner. It's not the end of the world. I said, I have like 9 of them. You can absolutely have one. If we never talk again, you're helping me by getting one out of my house because I don't need them anymore. In a couple weeks here, I think I'm going to put central air in this house. So it is what it is, like I said. But, jumping back to that, way too much. Like, dude, and even if I had to buy one, they're only like $100. It's not the end of the world, nothing like that. So then, in addition to all that, she started complaining about the drive to her house. Like, you're not driving and I am. She's like, well, it's 30 miles. It's too far. That's a lot of gas. You have to save. Like, I don't have to save. I don't want to save. I've never saved. It's not something that I'm worried about. It's only like 30 miles. It's not the end of the world. 60 miles round trip. And like, my friends know that it is not unusual for me to do 145 miles to get gas. I actually have a favorite gas station that I go to pretty much all the time. It's down in Morgantown. I live in Jeanette. It is about 73.2 miles each way, so it's about 144, 146, whatever miles to go put gas in the car. So it's like 30 miles is no big deal, but to some people it is. And like I said, my friends know me. And actually it was kind of funny because my friends really, really know me. Because after me and What's-Her-Face broke up a year ago, actually, after she discarded me a year ago, I actually had one of my close friends convince me not to buy the houses on both sides of her house. Because I was like, one of them was up for sale and I was going to make an offer that the other one couldn't refuse. And I was going to buy the houses on both sides of her just to eternally piss her off. That would have been absolutely horribly funny, but my friend told me that as funny as it would be, it's not worth it. So I just relented and bought her name as a website, which I was going to let it go when it came up for re-upping last October, but I decided, you know what, I've spent way more money on way dumber shit than that. So I said screw it, and I just re-registered it for 5 more years. Right now it's sitting as a 404. It's not pointing to anything, but I own it. I might as well. Doesn't hurt me. My son actually told me that that is the most insane thing that he has ever seen in his entire life, and that is also the coolest idea ever. Sorry, just getting over a cold. So yeah, I currently am the owner of Her Name as a website. I'm not going to say it just in case this gets back to her, but yep, I'm gonna have that website literally forever because, you know, it's only $24 a year, $26 a year or something. I don't know. It's lopped in with like 16 other websites, and I just have it all to auto renew because, like I said before, I've wasted way more money on way dumber shit than that. But anyways, yeah, my friends or whatever. I just wish that when you start dating somebody, they would actually take the time to get to know you. Like, if people actually knew me, as opposed to knowing little bits and pieces that they want to know, if they actually took 5 seconds and paid attention to me, they would realize that all of the random stuff I say is actually, unfortunately, true. It's not unusual for me to date a girl that doesn't have a job. It's actually very normal for me. It's not unusual for me to spend $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 to go and do something. Like I may have mentioned in a previous video that me and Crazy X took the discarded Crazy X. I've got so many of them. Took a trip across country. Like, even people in my family don't realize that I just bankrolled that whole thing. It is what it is. Like, I took a couple $1,000. Actually, no, for that one, what I did was I took out a new credit card for that one. It's really easy to take out new credit cards when your credit's spotless. But anyways, I took out a new credit card for that one. I think I got like a $5,000 or $6,000 limit or something. I don't remember. That thing's been a while. But yeah, I took out a new credit card with a high limit, and we put the rental car on it. We put all the hotels on it. We put all the gas on it. Everything, 100% of it. And the advantage to doing that was they said that if you can spend more than $2,000 in the first billing cycle, that they would give me a credit of like $800 or something. So $2,000 in the billing cycle. Really? That's easy. Shit, I do that on eBay. But anyways, I took out this card, rented a car, cross country, blah, 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 hotels in Vegas, hotels in Hollywood, hotels in San Diego, hotel in Detroit, and probably like 1,000 gallons of gas all across the country, including food and all that stuff. It all just went on the credit card. Doesn't matter. So yeah, I hit 2,000 easy. So after all was said and done, you know, it was, I think like 4,200 after everything, and then I got the $800 credit, and then I get like 3% point back, cash back on fuel purchases and something. So after everything was said and done, I think that whole trip was maybe $1,700 or something like that, including the car rental, which, you know, if anybody else listened to that story, they would say that I'm lying and I'm full of crap. But that was one event. Like, I took one event and I paid off a trip cross country for a week. So it's like, that's what I mean. Like, people don't want to just get to know me. People want to assume all of this other stuff. And, you know, when I say stuff like that, people assume that I'm showing off or whatever. It's like, I'm not showing off. This is completely true. This is unfortunately exactly how my life works. I accidentally, a couple of years ago, wound up at CCMF, Carolina Country Music Festival, purely by accident. Had no idea it was going on. Me and Crazy Bitch. Well, she had gotten into some trouble down in North Carolina, so I went with her for that, and then we wound up in Myrtle Beach, and just happened to be at the Carolina Country Music Festival. I had no idea what was going on. It was the most amazing thing. This year I wanted to go back, but silly me, I double booked myself that weekend, so I ended up having to get one of my buddies to cover one of them. I'm covering the other one, which really sucks because I really wanted to go down. The tickets sold out in no time, but it doesn't matter. They're loud and they're big, and I could get any hotel down there that's not completely booked up, and I could have watched it from a balcony somewhere, and that's completely okay with me. But again, you tell anybody else this, and they call you a liar. They call you whatever. They tell you that you're full of shit. It's like, this is my life. Like, it's boring. It's really boring. It's very, very, very isolating. Like me, I retired at 27. I'm 43. I've not had to work since I was 27. I do work sometimes just to keep myself from being bored. That's basically all it is. Like the event that took us cross country, that was out of sheer boredom one. It wasn't because I needed it to pay the bills and keep the lights on. It was just because, hey, why not? It sounded like fun. That's the way my life is now, is just like everything is for fun. It's boring. It's absolutely boring. Because, you know, at 43, everybody else is struggling to make ends meet. Everybody is struggling to pay their way to get the next latest and greatest thing, and I'm sitting here like, what's the point, you know? Because if you buy the latest and greatest thing right now, then tomorrow there's going to be something new, and the next day there's going to be something new. Like, this phone that I'm recording this on is a Galaxy S23 Plus or Ultra or something like that. I don't even remember what this stupid turd is. The only reason I got this phone is because my crazy ex told me that I needed to get an upgrade. And I'm like, okay, well, why? Because my S5 was perfectly fine. Well, so I took my S5 in one day to have it serviced, back in 2023. A 10-year-old phone. And they did something, they screwed it up. Shocking. So then I had to go and get an S23. So then I bought this stupid thing, which it's exactly the same as the other phone. So I don't understand that, except for it's newer and latest and greatest and whatever. And now they're up to S25, and it's like, I'm going to probably have this S23 until the end of time. It is what it is. I mean, oh, hey, look at that. A screw fell out of my case. I have to get that in a minute. Whatever. I mean, this thing has never been out of these cases. These are the coolest little aluminum shockproof cases. The last time I bought one, I bought like 4. So I might just change the case altogether. I mean, the case is fine. It's just missing a screw. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But anyways. So yeah, like I said, I wish people would actually take the time to get to know me. I wish people would actually listen to the stories I tell rather than just hearing the words and thinking that I'm lying about stuff, because there's one thing about me, I am not a liar. Like when I tell them the beach house story, how me and the crazy ex broke up over a beach house, it's still repeating. It's not just her, but it's everybody anymore. It's like, well, you don't want to hear what I tell you. You don't want to understand what I say, but you want to assume that I'm lying because you can't comprehend it. It's the stupidest thing. But anyways, I can hear that my washer's almost done and I'm getting hungry, so I'm just going to upload this to YouTube and TikTok, and if anybody makes it this far... Oh, by the way, if anybody makes it this far, and if you're in the local area, local to Jeanette, Greensburg, Mount Pleasant, anywhere over in Western Pennsylvania, and you're interested, I am now doing a trivia night at the 1888 Bites and Pints, where Johnny's wife's place used to be in Jeanette. I'm there every Thursday from 7 to 10. Trivia is free to play, and I believe they have cash prizes or something like that. I don't know. I'm just the host. So anyway, so if you're local and you're bored like I am, come on over to 1888 on Thursday night, 7 to 10, and visit. Might be fun, might not. I haven't looked at this week's show yet. I gotta get on that probably tonight. Whatever. But anyways, guys, if you made it this far, you have no life like I do, and I will catch you later.